Hi fashion makers, so today's sewing snacks and hacks, I'll be showing you how to create buttonholes, whether it's for your shirts or for your bags. Okay, so I'll be demonstrating two techniques, whether you have a automatic sewing machine which has a footer similar to this where you can put your button, or if you have a 4-step footer which looks something like this. Alright, so stay tuned. Depending on your machine model, you can see the different types of pattern it has. So over here I have a buttonhole pattern, just a rectangular one. So I'm gonna put in my buttonhole footer, hook it onto the bar in front here, and then after I've done that, after I switch it over here, the alignment against the fabric will be to the bottom part of the hole, and then I will need to align this marking on the fabric onto the red marking on the buttonhole footer. So I will shift the hole up and align it as such. So make sure the vertical line is right in the middle. So this is how you will align the fabric onto the footer. Okay, so this is the side view of my footer on the fabric. You can see the red marking of the footer here. Then my fabric is aligned. So you can look at it sideways and then look at it from the front. Make sure it's right in the middle of the buttonhole footer here. Okay, make sure your placket is straight and parallel to the footer as well. So I'm gonna change to the buttonhole pattern. So just press. Usually the standard settings are fine. And then there's one more thing to pull down. There is a buttonhole size sensor here. So here, BH buttonhole, pull it down, and it should go in between the space of this footer. So there's a plastic here and a metal in front. So what happens is, as it sews, when the sensor touches the back plastic here, it will start to reverse again. So that's how you get the automatic size of your button. Okay, so my button is at the back here. So simply press your footer and simply press your pedal. Okay, so even though I'm pressing the pedal, it stops on its own. So you may remove your fabric. So there you go. Okay, so I'll be showing you how to cut through the hole safely, and then we will try out this size. So we're gonna check whether the size of this hole is just nice for the button. Take a pin, poke it through the top part over here. So this is gonna be a stopper to prevent us from slashing through the sewing thread. So make sure when you hold your unpicker, have it aligned straight up. Do not have it slanted, otherwise you will slash through the sewing. Okay, so poke it through at the bottom. Okay. Align it straight and simply cut through. Make sure you're not going on top of the pin like that. Okay, so this is meant to go under the pin and go straight. Okay, so you will not accidentally slash through all the way because of the pin here. Remove, and then just try it out with your button itself. So whether it can go through nicely like this. Okay, so if you find that it's a little bit too big or too small, okay, if it's a bit tight, you can always adjust the back of your buttonhole footer. Okay, so let's say this was the initial size I had my footer in. Okay, it was like that. To make it bigger, simply loosen the latch here, so make it longer. Or if you want it smaller, push it in lower. Okay, so this will determine the size of the hole. Okay, so now I'll be showing you how to do a buttonhole using your mechanical sewing machine if you have one. Okay, so I've already drawn the hole to be slightly bigger than the button itself, and then I've already fit in my buttonhole footer. So we're gonna start with this piece right to the edge, and we will align it to the bottom marking over here, right to the middle of the hole. And then I will start with A, which is the horizontal line. So over here, turn it to A. So while you're turning the dial, make sure your needle is all the way up. Okay, this is A. Align it to the arrow. Lower the footer. And then it will start to sew sideways. So your stitch length, you can choose it between 4 and 5 depending how big or how thick your button is. So I will use 4 mm width and sew about 5 stitches. Okay, so once this is done, I will switch it back to B, switch it to B, which is on the left. So once again, make sure your hand wheel is all the way up. When you do this, you will see your needle start to shift a little. So it should be on the left side. And start to sew. Okay, once it reaches the top part, make sure your hand wheel is all the way up for the needle. Make it back to A or C again. And you do 5 stitches one more time. Okay, it's okay if you have done a little bit more. Okay, needle up again, and then we'll change to D, which is the one on the right. Okay, and there you have it. You may remove your fabric and test the size against your button once you've cut the hole. Thanks for watching. Check out fashionmakerspace.com for more e-classes.